Hello and welcome back to Glory Hounds. We will be doing a little short story, or I guess it's considered more like a one-off, for some of the characters. Let's see, they're called Pocket Editions, and the only one that is currently available is Treasure for the Captain, which is about Polly and I forgot the other guy's name, but they're looking for a birthday present for their captain. If you recall, his name is Ahab. So yeah, there's not really much else other than that. And I do believe that they will be releasing more of these sooner, because it doesn't require that much, like, oh, we have to create new CGs, oh, we have to create new things for them. Like, it's gonna just use what's already available. And as for like issue 4, that should be coming out sooner rather than later also, because again, it won't require them having to create more new stuff for it, since it's already actually there and available. But yeah, anywho, I guess without further ado, let us begin Treasure for the Captain. Pocket Edition number 1, Treasure for the Captain. It's gonna be a lot of pirate talk. There be many legendary pirates in the annals of history. Brave captains and swashbucklers who stopped at nothing in their chase of the ultimate treasure, plundering many a booty and pilfering many a penny. Storied seafarers like the dread Captain Pell Splunder and Scourge of Zealandia. Or his greatest rival, the ear-feared Admiral Gromclaw, whose crew pillaged the island of New Lutetia. Names that etched through the New World for centuries after. It ought to follow, of course, that such legendary buccaneers should have marvelous tales written about their adventures, full of daring-do grog and sword fights out on the seven seas. This, however, be not one of those tales. You see, in the fair city of Shippersburg, where we lay our scene, two good-for-nothing scallywags are hatching a plan. Masked by the crowds coming out in droves for the first sunny day in weeks, they be hiding in plain sight, no doubt up to no good. Pardon me for taking a while, matey. That line was as large as the captain's mighty muscles, I swear. You took half a blasted hour for a tiny bag of fries? I have to watch my waistline, Ishmael. Fancy one? Aye, if you be offered, I be a starving man. Here you go. Ow. You didn't have to throw it at me. Oops, better luck next time. Ugh, now I got mayo all over me helmet. Think of it as an accessory to the stain on your jacket. I hate you. And yet, here you be, spending time with me. I be touched, matey. You know I only spend time with you because the captain makes me, matey. Don't be so gloomy on the captain's special day. Speaking of, ye have made the preparations I asked for, haven't you? Aye, sir. Got the flags, got the snacks. As for the entertainment, well, not really like we can put a band together, but I can always grab my old bass guitar and... What of the gift? Gift? Are those cells in your brain not rubbing together the way that they ought to? I told you to get the captain a present! I thought that you were supposed to be getting that, Polly. Seeing as I've taken care of all the other things on the shopping list. We've been over this, Ishmael. I be your superior. It be my duty to delegate, and yours to listen and follow whatever command I give ye. The captain gave you the exact same task as me. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. I heard. Mention you in the same breath as me, even. Ah, but you didn't see the eye contact that he made with me after. told me to keep ye in line without saying any words. What I'm hearing is that you just plain forgot, and you're blaming me for it. You're just not saying it. Besides, we'd be throwing him the party of his life. Surely we can just get him a gift card and be done with it. You don't understand, Ishmael. If we show up with just a gift card, who knows what the captain will do to us? We might end up like Hank. Who be Hank? Exactly! I don't see what the big fuss is. Of course you wouldn't. You disappoint the captain on a daily basis. Grr, insult me again and I'll stuff those fries so far down your throat that they'll be coming out of your... Ishmael, people be starting to stare. If you got time to complain, you've got time to come up with a suitable present. I don't exactly hear those little gears in your head turning, matey. Oh, but they are. I be drafting a plan of attack as we speak. And what exactly be that plan? 'Tis a simple matter. We'll check every store on the map until we find what we're looking for. We'll turn the city upside down if we have to. We won't be leaving without our treasure. And where on this blasted map do we start? How about we get the captain a new anchor? Oh, I know a good place. Get lost, fish breath. I already caught you trying to steal once. Oi, not the broom. Ow, ow. By the seas, Ishmael, what? Ow, ow. Mayhap not that store. Any other bright ideas? A gold watch befitting the captain's grandeur. He do be in need of a new pocket watch. Lead the way. You again? Wait, I only be here to... That'd be a mighty hefty axe. I suppose we ain't welcome here. Ow! Run, fool, before he cleaves us in twain. What rotten luck, to be foiled twice. This time, we be going my way. Good day, fair baker. We be on a party mission and we'd like your finest whale-shaped cake. An anchor would also be fitting. Certainly, my good men. Why, I have just the... Hold up. You! Uh-oh. Watch the oar. Flowers, then. You fool. I prepared this time. Oi, that pitchfork wasn't there last time. Begone, villain. Actual... swords. You shall not pass. Be that a blasted cannon? How? Why? Well... that could have gone better. Better? We barely escaped with our lives. Yeah, I should have told you. The store owners around these parts don't really take kindly to me. You know, because I, tried to rob them. I deduced as much, yes. Arg. Be there any store in the city that you can still enter? Any at all? How should I know, you useless feather duster? Well, what are we supposed to get the captain in then? What about booze? Haven't been kicked out of any liquor stores yet. Well, unless you count the one in Haverstrack. But that one's in the same building as a supermarket, and I only robbed the supermarket. Isn't that a bit, ordinary? Course it ain't. The captain fancies a good bottle of grog as much as he fancies gold doubloons. It'd take 10 bottles of the stuff for him to even feel a wee buzz at least. Have you any idea how big, how grandiose he is? Then we'll have to get him the strongest stuff that we can find, don't we? and I happen to know just the place. Just the place? The last time that you said that, we nearly got our heads lobbed off. Fine, we'll decide together. And so the Malty crew soon arrived at a liquor store by the name of Van Gift Entic, specializing in only brew so strong that they might as well be poisoned to a mere mortal. The smell hanging in the air, oft described as somewhere between cleaning detergent and a chemical plant, is so severe many and less steadfast sailor loses their footing as soon as they enter. Indeed, even the swashbuckling duo struggle to remain conscious, emboldened only by their desire to outlast the other. The owner of the store, an iguana with eyes as cold as the beverages he peddles, glowers at them as they browse his wares. Welcome to Van Gif Etek, where you can pick your poison and we bottle it up for you. What can I do for you? Your best, please? You'll have to be a little bit more specific. We carry only the finest, after all. We be needing something mighty special. Only your strongest brew will do the trick. Something that packs a punch. Oh. You can't handle my strongest brew, dear fellow. I be sure we can. My strongest brew would burn a hole through the floor. I'm not sure either of you could even lay your eyes on it, let alone drink it. We'd be willing to pay. You might, but I wouldn't pay for the inevitable lawsuit when you spill some and get chemical burns. Did you say chemical burns? On top of that, it's very exclusive. We normally only sell it to our most valued customers. I have a reputation to uphold. I count some of the city's finest people among my clientele, and you... What's that supposed to mean? I think he means to say that we're not the city's finest. Oh. Very astute of you. If you're still looking to buy, I can recommend our sister store just down the street. They carry brews more befitting for people of your... ilk. I'm not an elk. I'm a barracuda. Ilk, Ishmael. He said ilk. I don't care what he said. Does the name salt? What my companion be trying to say is that the present be not for us, but for a man most splendid. You will forgive me if I'm not exactly convinced. He be very large. He's got a large presence in the city. Why, he practically owns it. Oh, a member of the ruling class, is he? That changes things considerably. Oh, not ruling class. He's more of a celebrity, right, Ishmael? He be on TV all the time. Right. Whenever he robs a joint. Whenever he engages in philanthropy. Yeah, he's a big Philapple. What he said? Gives to the poor. He don't give me all that much. A philanthropist, you say? Why, that ought to give us some good press, especially after that incident with the poisoned wine last month. Did you say poisoned wine? Like I told the authorities who came to visit us after they found the body, it wasn't our fault. At least, not demonstrably. I'll be delighted to. Halt, evildoers! Your crime spree ends now. Why can't we just use the door? DTTM, Spot. The Dalmatian tilts its head. DTTM? Desperate times, desperate measures. My personal motto. Really? I was starting to think in case of emergency break glass was your personal motto. Shh. Catchphrase time. Chop chop. Dawn has come to vanquish the night. Hey, I was supposed to go first. I'm the leader. I go first. That's not what we rehearsed. I changed my mind. It's more theatrical this way, wouldn't you agree? Ugh, fine. You're the one paying my salary. Dust has come, I guess. You know, you could stand to put a little bit more oomph into it. Dust has come? No, say it like you mean it. Dust has come! There we go. Arg, it's them blasted hounds again. I had hoped that I wouldn't be seeing you two again after what happened with the gown. We're in agreement on that. Then again, I should have known that you'd be up to your old tricks again in no time. We wasn't even robbing the place, Hound. That's what a robber would say. Is no one going to enlighten me? Or at least fix my window? I knew Ishmael had a knack for holding up liquor stores, but I didn't think that you'd lower yourself to his standards. Don't compare me to Ishmael, you rotten Rottweiler. Not unless you want to fight on your hands. Yeah, what he said. Wait, what do you mean don't compare me to Ishmael? Rah! Ow, my ears. I'll give you something to ow about. Would anyone care to explain what in the blazes is going on? You're not involved. Are you quite sure? Because I'm feeling pretty involved. Shh. Polly, stop, he'll... Ha, that'll teach him not to drink and fly. And there goes the other window. Sorry. I'll call the insurance company. That just leaves you, Ishmael. I'm gonna wreck ya. Arr. Oof. Ishmael. Yeah. You be on top of me. Oh. Would you kindly get off? In just a second. Say, are your feathers always this soft? Dejected, the duo saunter on down the streets. They be in experience and some bruises, richer. However, their treasure remains out of reach. Well, that'd be another store we can't show our faces in ever again. Don't go reminding me. You reckon that we should start wearing masks too? By the 7 Seas, no. We cut off the flow of oxygen to your brain anymore, and you might lose a few cells that you have left. I think it'd be a fantastic idea. Why, I could be the Midnight Barracuda, and ye could be... Pretty Polly? No. Party Parrot? Not feeling very festive. What name would you have as a hero, then? You be serious? I mean, yeah. We be villains, Ishmael. Villains who be currently still not in possession of a birthday present to give to their captain. Grah! Can't even do my shopping without running into those blasted hounds. Everywhere you look, it be glory hounds this, glory hounds that. Where be our glory, our fame? 'Twas our heist that put them on the map to begin with. I wish Ari were here. He'd know what to do. Who be he? Don't tell me you don't... Oh, right. You joined the crew after Ari got hauled off and put in the brig. He be one of the greatest pirates Shippersburg has ever known. Strong as a kraken, steady as the waves, as fearless as the Lord of the Sea himself. I was Captain Ahab's right hand, and Ari was his left. We plundered works of great art, stole satchels full of priceless emeralds. Must not have been all that great if he'd been serving a sentence right now. Wasn't his fault. He took the fall for the crown jewel robbery last year. I don't blame the law for thinking that way, of course. He be a master criminal. Heard he be getting out soon, since they found the landlubber who really did it. Not soon enough, unfortunately. We still be up the creek with no paddle. I'm sure the captain will forgive us for showing up without a present, matey. I mean, we got food, confetti, little flags. Matey? You might be, yeah. but I wouldn't be able to forgive myself for forgetting. He did so much for me. Hey, Polly. Why did you join the syndicate? Well, because the captain gave me a home when I had none. If it hadn't been for him, I'd still have been picking pockets and pilfering pennies from the street. Not something I'd like to think about. What about ye, Ishmael? Me life prior to, before joining up ain't nothing special. Wasn't the smartest, so college wasn't in the cards. Just ended up getting into a lot of fights and stealing loot from stores. Then I got caught robbing a place on Captain Ahab's turf and, well... Aye, I remember. You looked about as red as Captain Ahab's coat on that day. About as red as your feathers, I reckon. Aye, true that. We've been through a lot since then, ain't we, Ishmael? Always come out fine on the other end. Aye, that we have. Alright, no time to dawdle. How about we hit up a bar next? Surely they have something to drink that we could buy off of them. Now that'd be a good idea. And so it'd be that the ne'er-do-wells alight at the local watering hole known as De Halfhane. 'Tis here that many a parched workers drown their sorrows in ale and grog and all manner of drinks to numb the aches of daily life. The clientele frequenting this here establishment be a more extravagant sort of crowd. One that might otherwise befit the duo had the reputation not preceded them. This it? Best alehouse in the area, says the app. Says here that they've got some mighty fine cocktails too. Anything's better than that swill that they serve at Zeman. I hate to say this, matey, but I couldn't agree with you more. Ye be sure that's the right place? Looks more like a church to me eyes. Have you ever seen a church with a menu posted outside, Ishmael? But then, what of these stained glass windows? Beats me, matey. Don't match any religion that I've ever seen, that'd be certain. Reckon it'd be a cult of some kind? I'd be pretty certain I remember that otter from somewhere. And that wolf. You read too many comic books. For the last time, they be called graphic novels. Comic books are for little kids, and I be a full-grown man. More like a fully grown pain in my arse. We going in or not? Anyway, to make a long story short, dude, that's what got me the 100,000 subscribers. And what was it that you called it again? Strawberry Oyster Sundae? Yippers. It was my own little invention. What, you want to have the recipe so that you can put it on the menu here? I might take a couple of notes. So that I can figure out what not to bloody do. I'd be happy to, dude, but it'll cost ya. I, for one, think it sounded quite nice, Max. It reminded me at home. Aw, thanks, Mr. B. I gotta have you on as a guest on my stream sometime. I think that we'd make a bomb-ass meal together. I'd be delighted to make a bomb-ass meal with you, dearie. I'll have to dig up some old family recipes. Tss. Like I always tell my chat, following the recipe is for the birds. Am I glad to be a bird today? What about you, Willie? Wanna come on the channel too? Well, see, I gotta walk my... Oh, look, a customer! But what can I help you with? Good day, fair bartender. A bottle of your finest, please. Come on, Ishmael. What's taking you so long? I be sitting this one out, I reckon. I don't want... It's you. Trouble. I hope that I never see you again. Feelings mutual, lady. Ah, be the old lady me matey here tried to rob. The old lady he tried to... You, the blokes from the Saltwater Syndicate? I'll have you know that I won't tolerate any robbers at my establishment, you hear? I'm gonna have to ask you to. If it isn't my bodacious barracuda buddy. You know this bloke? Oh yeah, dude. He was in my second episode. Ishmael here is a real Cooking with Max veteran. Veteran be the right word. You might want to reconsider the company you keep, Max. These men are bad news. Yeah, well, I didn't ask for your... Ishmael, matey, mind your manners. Look, all we want is to buy a gift for our captain. A bottle of your fanciest. We'll leave as soon as we got what we came for. Ishmael? I know. I'm sorry for what I did. 'Twas a terrible thing to do. And I ain't expecting you to go on forgiving me for what I did, but... At least, help me matey out, please. It'd be very important to him. Thank you for the apology. Yeah, I'll be leaving now. Wait, Ishmael, was it? Huh? Mr. Ahab told me quite a lot about the two of you already when he came by to fix my window. He did? Quite right. You boys were all he talked about, really. He seemed to care about you a great deal. Captain. So don't throw that away. Yes, ma'am. We won't, ma'am. Good. You seem like good men deep down. I'd hate to have to test my new security system on you. Hey. Unbeknownst to our hapless pair, the canine pursuers still be hot on their tails. Ere in search of crime to fight and glory to obtain, they will not give up their chase. Perhaps devoid of tact even more than Polly and Ishmael. Certainly a tavern brawl appears to be the only possible outcome. Alright, time for action. Promise me you use the door this time, okay? We are not kicking in those stained glass windows. But I always go for the windows. They're the easiest point of entry. When they're open, maybe. By the way, what's even on them? I've been wondering what's on them ever since you introduced me to this place. I mean, isn't it obvious? Look, there's... and... You know? I don't know either. Might have to ask Willem sometime. I know those voices. It's the Hounds. We gotta get out of... Dawn has come to vanquish the night. Dusk has come. Doesn't have the same kick without the sound of shattering glass. Ahem. We've caught you red-handed crooks. Again. Oh hey, roomie. Nice costume. Who's this roomie you speak of? I am Duskhound, champion of... Justice? Yeah, dude. I saw you flexing and striking poses in the bathroom earlier this morning. You saw? I was gonna film it for my new Max Post stream, but you'd mysteriously disappeared by the time that I came back with my camera. Real shame too, man. You'd have been famous. Hey, Dawnhound? Yes, Spot? We have a no-kill rule, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? Just making sure. Listen, can you just leave us alone for a godforsaken minute? We be trying to buy a present for our captain. Really now? So you're saying that you weren't leaving a trail of destruction all over town today? The candy store is in ruins. Then maybe they oughtn't have fired at us with a bloody cannon. Well still, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. We just had to make sure, I suppose. Are you sure that we really should be going after them, boss? I guess they don't appear to be out for trouble. This time, anyway. Aye, we be honest customers. This time, anyway. Ow! 'Twas a jest, Featherbrain. What say you... I mean, esteemed barkeep. They seem to be...
They're telling the truth this time. If it would help soothe your nerves, I'd be happy to have you escort them to my store and allow them to buy something there. While I do enjoy a good bar brawl every now and again, I would rather Willem not have to deal with cleanup.
So we're not gonna shoot episode 4 together?
Episode 4 will have to wait a while, Max.
A while? Don't you know the current content creator landscape, Mr. B? I'll lose thousands of subs if I don't put anything out. Unless... Not happening. And so, with Dawnhound in tow, watching him closely, Polly and Ishmael follow Miss De Bruyne over the bridges and through alleyways to her little corner store. A wave of nostalgia washes over the barracuda. Recalling his not quite successful escapade many moons afore, he can't help but feel a hint of shame. The parrot on his part be merry in awe of the district's unique charm. A far cry from the locales that he normally dwells in. Well, don't this place bring back some memories? Are you sure about this, Miss De Bruyne?
Quite sure, dearie. Would one of you be so kind as to press the light switch for me?
On it, ma'am.
Thank you.
What's that remote you're holding?
Oh, it deactivates the alarms. That robbery made me realize that I needed to move with the times. Granted, it did cost a pretty penny, but...
Arrgh! The rotten light switch shocked me.
Oh, quite right. I forgot to turn off some of the other functions.
Methinks you did that on purpose.
Who's to say? It should be alright now, dearie. There we go. Lights are on.
Still barely any brighter in here.
I'm a nocturnal, dear. I don't need that much light to get these old weary bones around.
What did you fancy for us?
So impatient. I be sorry, ma'am. Apology accepted. What I have for you is nothing but the finest Lachian liquor.
The finest?
Well, it's the kind that I prefer.
That'd be a mighty fancy bottle.
Back in my motherland, they used to give these to sailors for long voyages over the sea.
That'd be a perfect for a pirate. It smells... interesting.
Be very careful with it. A drop will knock any ordinary man off their socks.
Certainly knocking off mine. Feels like I just burned off my nostril hairs.
Captain Ahab be no ordinary man.
Yeah. I'm sure he can handle... Wait, this has how much alcohol?
Like I said, be careful. Now, off with you. I think it's about time for Mr. Ahab's party to start, isn't it? It wouldn't do for you to arrive late at the party that you're planning.
And so, at long last, Polly and Ishmael make their way back to the Syndicate headquarters. The loot secured, not even Captain Ahab can deny the endmost success of their voyage. 'Twas not for their intellect that they triumphed. No, 'twas certainly not for their intellect. Oi! But they were victorious all the same. With bounty in hand and a chaperone to boot, they press onto their familiar turf in the unpleasant, sordid, and disreputable back alleys of the Saltwater Syndicate. Hey, for what it's worth, I'm sorry the boss and I gave you so much trouble earlier.
Be ye trying to pull the wool over our eyes now?
Yeah, we be on you, landlubber. No, for crying out loud. Look, I realize now that you were only trying to do something nice for your boss. And the Dawnhound can get a little overexcited.
A little.
Okay, maybe a lot. But considering our previous encounters, you can't exactly blame him. I was just doing me job.
You were doing the exact opposite in that old lady's store, Ishmael.
I meant the damn... I be talking about the gallery.
Oh, that. I do suppose that was part of the captain's orders.
I didn't know what to think of you when we fought. You acted like little more than hired muscle on Ahab's payroll. But I got to see a different side today. If you could just channel that a little bit more often, maybe we don't need to clash so much. And what be you saying with that exactly? What I'm trying to say is, you're not so bad when you give it an honest try.
Alright, you mutt. Ye can be off now. We caused no trouble, like we promised.
Actually, if it's not much trouble, mind escorting me inside? What in blazes for? Well, I might have some business with the captain myself.
What business could you possibly have with the captain?
And why you be calling him that in the first place? You're not even part of the crew. Just take me in, will you? What's the worst that could happen? It's not like I could take on all of you by myself.
Fine, you make a fair point, but try anything funny and ye will be sorry.
I'll be on my best behavior, Scout's honor.
We've returned, Captain.
And we brought you a present.
Happy birthday.
Alright, but this time, the two of you had better. Oh, laddie, it's you.
Happy birthday, Captain.
7 Seas, you brought me cabin boy home. This be better than a coffer full of prettiest doubloons.
But Captain, our actual gift be...
And here I was, convinced the two of you could not be any more useless. You've outdone yourself, truly. Do we, get a raise? Don't push it, lad. Now, I think it'd be time to unwrap me present, if you catch me meaning. Well, it was nice seeing you guys, but... hey, what's the big idea?
Now, what do you suppose the captain needs a mutt like him for? Ishmael?
You don't want to know.
Well, guess we have a bottle of booze to share between the two of us now.
Good. I'm gonna need something heavy to forget all this. But you gotta admit, we work pretty well together.
Aye, Ishmael. Aye, we do. 'Tis oft said heroes can be found in unlikely places. Or mayhaps one might say heroic deeds can come from anywhere. Deeds that owe generations turn into acts o' legends. Indeed, many tales old and new teach us important life lessons. This was not one of those tales. Yet, if a lesson can be learned, 'twould be that even pirates can do good.
Alright, laddie. Time to climb me crow's nest. What does that even... Oh, that's what it means.
Ishmael, give me the bottle. Pocket Edition number 1 end.
You would think that they would know that, Captain Ahab and Spot, like, were a thing. Also, though, if I recall correctly, they were technically not gonna do that again. Or no, not that. Ahab had told, Alex that the next time that they would meet that they probably wouldn't be doing that again, but like, okay. Go off, I guess. Anyways, yeah, that was fun. So probably expect more of these little smaller self-contained stories coming up in the future, and then eventually issue number 4, as they said, because it's gonna take a while. Still, it shouldn't take that much longer. I do believe that most of the characters, the assets for issue number 4 are already being worked on, so it shouldn't take that long for them to release it. If you're wondering about any of the other Echo projects, I guess it's safe to say that some of them are sort of in a limbo. Some of them because of something that's happening, and the other ones because they're being rewritten all over again. I do know, and I actually have already read it, that the Arches official 1.0 release will be releasing soon, and by that I mean the completed fully revamped version of Arches, which I'm hoping to do something special for when it releases. Maybe a whole remastered recording. I don't know. There is another story that you guys haven't seen, and little snippets of some other stuff that was only Patreon exclusive content that you will be seeing too. So yeah, you have that to look forward to too. And yeah, I don't know. Just write down in the comments what you thought about this little mini issue, and if you liked it, and then you want to see more pocket editions for the future. I don't know what the other ones are about. I think the second pocket edition is already being written or being finalized or whatever. But I don't know about the other ones. I'm not sure. Like I said, I know issue number 4, which is the next update for Glory Hounds, the actual story, already has most of its sprites done and stuff like that. But they like to release what is literally the finished product and not release something that's oh, well, here's what we have, and then let's hope that in a month when it goes public that we have everything else finished for it. No, this was released directly to public and it was done. Anywho, but yeah, so yeah. I guess that's it for now, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Glory Hounds yourself, and in case you don't know or hadn't read it before, or hadn't seen the videos for issue 1, 2, or 3, then you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which should have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download this and any of the other Echo Project stories, with the exception of the Smoke Room. And if you would like to support the project, you can do so by going down into the other link for the Patreon, where you get early access to builds of all the other Echo Project stuff. And hopefully soon, there will be an update for all the other stuff. We're just waiting and waiting for updates. But yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.